Guys, if you're watching this video right now, you have to be very, very careful, like 100% very careful. In fact, share the video for every single person that you know. Share it to your timeline so that at the end of the day, people will be aware of what is actually happening. 85 years old woman, white lady to be precise, was just helped by the help of the police. I'm even happy that it's not my black folks, right? It was just the police intervention for her not to lose all of her life savings. Like, that is what is currently trending right now. Anyways, I'll go ahead and roll out the clips that I have for you guys so that you guys can actually see and let me know your thoughts. Have you ever encountered this? I want to know if you have any extra experience contrary to all of this experience I'm going to be sharing in this video. Please let us know in the comment section so that a lot of people, especially my black people, will be aware and they will not fall victim. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time tuning in, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, with that being said, let's dive right into this video. My God.
Now, an ABC News investigation of an increasingly common scam involving Bitcoin ATMs that have popped up in many places. The ordeal of one victim captured on police body camera as an alleged scammer pressured her into giving up her life savings. Jay O'Brien is here with that story for us. Good morning to you, Jay.
Yeah, Robin, good morning. Chances are you've walked by one of these Bitcoin ATMs. AARP estimates there are more than 45,000 of these machines across the country. And this morning, we found that they've increasingly become a tool of sophisticated criminal networks trying to separate Americans from their money.
Hello.
She's at $23,000 already.
Where's she at right now?
You're watching a cryptocurrency scam caught in real time.
Yes. Can I talk to you for a second?
Please, I have the bank on the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
Okay, stop putting money in there.
Fran Bates is loading tens of thousands of dollars of her life savings into something called a Bitcoin ATM.
No, you're not.
And is one click away from losing it all.
Don't click, I'm done. Do not click anything.
Over the course of 2 days, a scammer convinced the 85-year-old her bank account had been hacked and she needed to put her money into a machine she'd never seen before for safety.
True. That's
it seems
exactly
so
what
hard to believe.
I know, and you think if you had to listen to it, you would wonder what's going on with that woman. Doesn't she realize what they're doing to her? No, you don't. It's a horrible, horrible experience.
Fran is just one of dozens of victims ABC News and our owned television stations have found whose scams ended at a Bitcoin ATM. A machine popular in gas stations, supermarkets, and liquor stores that experts tell us scammers are increasingly using as a tool to separate Americans from their hard-earned cash.
They look pretty much like a regular ATM. The difference is you don't really get money out of them. You put money in and buy cryptocurrency.
Data from the FBI shows Americans collectively lost nearly $250 million to scams using Bitcoin ATMs in 2024, more than double from the previous year.
These are all transnational criminal groups. Yeah, these are not one-off guys in grandma's basement.
Adam Zarazinski, a crypto forensics expert, tracks the sophisticated criminal networks behind these scams and explained why he believes more isn't being done by the companies operating these machines.
Money. It's money.
They have a financial incentive to let people be scammed?
Yep, because they make a percent on every transaction.
And while the vast majority of these victims never see a dime back,
No, listen to me. Do you really want to fight this fight with me?
for Fran Bates, a police lieutenant intervened just in time after Mindy Jordan, a quick-thinking bystander at that gas station, called 911.
I hate when somebody tries to take advantage of somebody that's not able to protect themselves.
The pair reunited here for the first time.
She was my angel.
Your angel.
Yes, she rescued me.
And lawmakers have taken notice of these Bitcoin ATMs. At least 17 states, according to AARP, have passed laws restricting or outright banning them. Experts tell us that if you think you're being scammed, you can always call the AARP fraud hotline or law enforcement to get immediate help.
The bank closed my account because I've been transferring money out of my account into my crypto account, and they said because of fraud and identity theft, they had all these measures in place. 24 hours it took me to get my account back up and running. They asked me why I was transferring into crypto. how much I was doing, if I've transferred out of crypto, to where I've transferred out of crypto, to what crypto I've invested in, to how much, what's my plan on what I'm doing with it once it's grown in value. None of their freaking business. What do you do? What do you say? Why do they need to know? Are you having trouble getting money into your crypto account?
PSA to all my Metro Atlanta people, if you get a call from a 404 number and your caller ID says Wells Fargo and you answer and they claim that they are Wells Fargo, following up on applications that they've received to open up business bank accounts in your name, do not fall for it. They're going to try to ask information about you, get information out of you, even try to say that they're going to connect you directly with the Social Security Administration to discuss fraudulent protection. It is a lie. It is a scam. Do not fall for it. We've already been bombarded with these text messages about paying our tolls through this link and click this link for delivery instructions for your packages. The scammers are out and we are smart and we're not going to fall for it. Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your grandparents, tell your young adult children. Don't fall for it. Thank you.
Did you hear about the content creator who thought her bank was calling and ended up losing every single penny she had? So there's this content creator from Toronto. She's 35, works a 9 to 5 and does social media on the side. She's smart, switched on and always thought it will never happen to me, as with most of us. Now one day in January, her phone started blowing up. I'm talking call after call after call. So she goes to Google the number and guess what? It's the exact same number on the back of her credit card. So finally, on the third call, she picks up. The person on the line, calm as can be, professional as can be. He says that he's from the bank's fraud department and that there's been suspicious activity on her account, over $2,000 of activity. So naturally, she starts to panic, saying that she didn't do those transactions. He then reassures her, saying, "Don't worry, I'll cancel your card and I'll walk you through fixing it." Then he starts to go through her real transactions, like legit stuff that she actually was spending money on. That's when she starts trusting him even more. Then he says he's going to send her a code to verify her identity. This would apparently verify her identity with the merchants and stop the charges. She gets the code via text and tells him. Except that code, it was her two-factor authentication code, the one that you need to actually log into your bank account. And just like that, he was in. He emptied her entire checkings and savings account, maxed out her credit card, changed her password, and when he hung up, she was locked out of everything. So she calls her bank for real this time, using the exact same number. And that's when they tell her your account has been emptied. Naturally, she broke down. She then filed a police report and posted the whole thing onto TikTok that night, crying on camera saying all of her money was gone. Here's the actual video clip she uploaded onto TikTok crying about this. Thankfully, after a long and stressful process, her bank refunded the money and reversed the credit card charges. But she said the trauma, that feeling of being violated and outsmarted, that's what stuck with her. She went to the public because she never thought this would happen to her. And now she wants everyone to know. If someone calls you saying that they're from your bank, hang up and call them back yourself, even if the number looks legit. Because these scammers, they're getting good, really good, and it's really scary.
If this happens to you, do not fall victim to this scam. It almost happened to me. So today, I'm minding my own business. I get a call from somebody who said that they were with Chase Bank Fraud Protection and had I spent $119 at Best Buy. I said, no, I hadn't. Thank you very much. And they said, well, we want to make sure that other recent charges on your account are legitimate. So they went through 2 or 3 recent purchases I had made, and they were legitimate. Then they said, we need to send you a replacement ATM card. So they asked about details of my current ATM card, and those checked out. They knew the card number, they knew the expiration date, and they knew the 3-digit code on the back. So they also knew my mailing address. They said, we are going to send the replacement card to your mailing address, and we're going to send an email to you right now. So they sent an email, and it looked like it was from Chase, and usually fraudulent emails are going to have something funny in the reply address, like it'll say from chasefraud@gmail.com or something like that. You know it's a BS email. So I said, I've received the email, and then they said, we're going to send a special code on your text message. So they sent me a text message, and it said from Chase. That was the caller ID on the text message. And then I recited the 6-digit code that they had sent me. So then they said, all right, we are going to send you a new card, and you can still continue to use your old card, and we would like the PIN number that you have on your debit card. And then for some reason, I just knew not to give that out. So I told them, I am not going to give you the PIN number. I just don't do that for somebody who calls me on the phone. So, well, you really need to provide this information for us to be able to help you. And I just said, I will not do it. And they said, well, you can call us back, and here's a number to call us back. So instead of calling that number, I just had a feeling I need to log onto the Chase website and call the fraud protection number that they give. So I spoke to their department, and they said, yes, we did receive a request to send you a replacement card. However, you were right not to give out your PIN number. We never asked for that. And then they asked another question. Do we have all of your addresses correct? I said, well, I just have one address. And then they gave me another address on Sawyer Avenue here in Chicago. Do that your address, because that's where we're supposed to send your replacement card to. And I said, no, I have nothing to do with that address. So they said that is where these people were going to have my replacement card sent to. They wanted to get my PIN number so then they could get the replacement card and then empty out my bank account at the nearest ATM. That's what this very sophisticated scam was supposed to be. Now, another thing is I called the Chicago Police Department and told them all about this. And I said, if you go to this address on Sawyer Avenue, you are going to find your scammers. I said, well, this was an attempt, so we can't do anything. So this is just for you to know that if it happens to you and anybody asks you for your PIN number over the phone when they call you, do not give it out. It could have been bad for me, and I hope this doesn't happen to you.
Hey guys, so something crazy just happened to me, and I have to give a warning to everybody because I don't want this to happen to anybody. I got a Chase fraud alert from my text messages, and it said somebody's trying to take out $2,500 from your account. Yes or no, fraud, whatever. And I put no, it's fraud. And they said somebody will call you shortly. Somebody calls me shortly afterwards, says that they're Chase fraud alert, and they tell me my information, my date of birth, all of these things. And then they proceed to tell me that they're going to send me a text message. This text message comes to me and it says, okay, please make sure to put through your password to verify that it's you. My password for my bank account, my online bank account, that is actually associated with my business account and my checking account. So I asked him, I said, you are asking me for my online banking account? And he says, yes, you need to put your password, but that's not a password that I will see. This will be a password that's actually going to go straight to the fraud department. And I said, okay, give me 5 minutes. Just call me back in 5 minutes because I actually have a lot of stuff going on. So he calls me back in 5 minutes. Well, within that 5 minutes, I call Chase fraud alert. I hang the phone up and call Chase fraud right away. And I say, hey, do you guys have a fraud alert on my account right now? Someone just called me and said, hey, you know, this and this and this is happening. Sure enough, they say there's no fraud alert on your account. There's no money that's been taken out, but they're actually doing this now to people. They take their password from that text message and they use that to drain their account. So I just want y'all to be aware, and I want y'all to be very, very careful because people are finding the craziest ways to sit there and take advantage of people. So please be careful out there. If you get any type of text messages from anybody, when in doubt, call your bank. Okay? You guys have a good day.
Anyways, guys, welcome back. So please, I want every single one of us to be very, very, very careful. Please be very, very careful because it is very, very annoying that you have to save up all your money so that you can enjoy your old age. And at the end of the day, these scammers are just there to just scam you, collect your sweat. And that is why I have to like play different clips of different people's experience so that we don't just rely it on just this Bitcoin. A lot is really happening. Anyways, let's go in and take 1 or 2 comments so that you can also hear from other people's experience. And then I will say what I want to say at the end of this video, right? And one of the comments here said, the generation that got to save a ton of money and retire. Another person said, get this old woman in Congress to help the community. I don't know, but a lot of people just need to know that this is actually what is happening right now, and you have to be very, very careful. Another person said, when I worked at a DRUG store, we literally had a policy that if an elderly person come in to buy a gift card, we had to make sure it wasn't a scam and had the right to refuse a sale. One time, a lady legit had a scammer on the phone while trying to buy this card. I said, ma'am, I am not selling this to you. Exactly, but the question is, how many persons are ready not to sell this out to a lot of people out there? That is the question. At least you people have a policy on this end, and I pray that this video can actually reach a wider audience so that a lot of people can be aware that this is actually happening right now, and a lot of people need to be very, very careful. Another person here said technology literacy is getting more and more important by the day. Exactly. Please, let's all be careful. Do these people get their money back? No, you don't get your money back, because that Bitcoin, what they literally do is you can put the money into the machine, but you cannot withdraw the money out. And it's really, really bad. Just imagine this lady was actually not safe, or she was not earlier detected, and then she threw all her savings inside. Automatically, it is gone for life. Another person here said, this is the kind of bystander we should be. Let's look out for each other. Yes, the problem is, how many people are even ready to look out for each other? That is the question. But I love what this person said. It would be very good if a lot of people decide to like look out for each other. Yeah, another person said, this is the kind, okay, the second I heard anything crypto relating, I think scam. Exactly, because that is the new way now a lot of people are using to get something out of people's pockets. They will tell you, oh, okay, since you don't have cash, you can just buy Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to me, transfer the Bitcoin to me, and so on and so forth. I don't know if this is actually happening within America, but I know that some African countries can actually take someone in America and also be able to scam that person. That's why I want every single one of us to be very careful, and you also need to be alert, to be careful with your community as well, and also tell them this is actually what is going on so that they can also be able to be careful. And that person here said, I've seen enough, let's get her into Congress. I don't know. And that person here said, God bless that woman that called the police. Amen. And that person here says, this happened to my mom. Oh, so sad. This has to happen to your mom. You can see some people saying that this has actually happened to their own mom as well. And that person here said, we need more mindies in the world. Exactly. And that person here said, thank you, Mind. Okay, I think they are thanking the lady that actually alerted the police officers for them to actually come. Another person here said, these old people need to start giving their money back to charity if it is so easy for them to give tons of money away. The problem is they will not even know that they want to actually scam them, because some of them might just be hearing things like, just do it, and in the next 30 days or in the next 2 weeks, you are going to be getting tons and tons of money. And at the end of the day, they will go and they'll put their money in there. Anyways, let's just stop here so that we'll say what we want to say. One thing that I've known that I've made a lot of people fall into scam victims is the fact that they believe that scammers are just there to give them, multiply more money to them. I remember when my sister was actually scammed, what really happened, and at the end of the day, we really blamed her, was the fact that they told her that if you can bring 200,000 naira, let me just assume $200 in $200 in US, right? If you can bring $200 in the next 3 days, we're going to multiply it for you to $4,000. So that thing alone entered into her, and she decided to start packing tons and tons of her money. And at the end of the day, she found out that these people are scammers. The day she was supposed to collect what she was supposed to collect, they actually ran away. And I knew how devastating it was for her that particular time. Guys, you guys need to be careful anywhere you are, especially for my black community. That is why I'm actually pulling this out, so that you people need to be careful. I don't want anything to happen to any single black person. So please be mindful of people you send money to, people you buy gift cards for, and then people you are buying Bitcoins to. Be very, 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 very careful, because a lot of them might be scamming you from America, from even Africa, from different continents of the world. These scammers, there is nothing they literally cannot do. So please be careful. Anything you have, be contented with it, as far as I'm concerned. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, with no further ado, I'm going to say, man, I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah. What?